you.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
it's not
color.
even St. Patrick's Day.
Pretty color.
All right, I'm going to call the meeting to order at 4:03 since everybody's here, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We'll start off with you, Gina, on the Pledge
Okay.
of Allegiance, if you can
Okay, we
lead
can
us.
please stand. I don't have a flag, but we can put our hands over our heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United
the
States
States
of America and to the
and to
republic
the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So funny, we kind of sound like kindergartners. Everybody's kind of.
I know. I know.
Thank you, Gina. And did you ladies get a chance to look at the minutes?
Yes.
Good.
Okay. Did you see or notice any corrections?
I had none. I move that the minutes of the March 16th meeting be accepted as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the meeting minutes of March 16th, 2021. Is there any other discussion? Favor say aye.
Aye.
And no one opposes, so motion is carried. For the eligibility list, did you ladies get a chance to look at that?
Yes.
Yes.
For the personnel technician one for Isaac.
Yes.
All right, can I get a motion in a second to ratify? Are we ratifying this?
So moved.
Yes, to ratify.
I move to ratify the eligibility list.
Second.
Sorry.
It's been moved and seconded to ratify the eligibility list of the personnel technician one. Is there any discussion on this?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
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 And no one opposes, so motion is carried. 0. Can I get a motion and to receive the personnel order number 2021-15?
I move we approve personnel order number 2021-15.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on this, ladies?
I just had a question. Looks like there was some moving around, which is good, but is there any vacant position, custodian vacant position because of the moving around, or have they all been filled?
We have several, and what we're gonna do, something new right now, Gina and ladies, is I'm gonna have Isaac present like a recruitment report, and you're gonna hear about all the vacancies and more information on that to follow.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
So since Vern Shoemaker moved from Emperor, is he, should be a vacant position at Emperor now too, right? Or are you guys just gonna leave that? Not
We have several.
fill that.
We do Isaac, right?
Okay.
Part of our vacancy.
Yes, that's part of our vacancy.
Okay.
Well,
Is there anything else?
Just to correct that really quick, I don't think it is part of our vacancy. Didn't we move somebody to Emperor? I'm pretty sure we had somebody from the high school go take the job at Emperor.
Oh, really?
It might still be just pending board approval. I can't remember.
Okay.
Yes, pending board approval.
Okay.
All right, all in favor of approving, say aye.
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 And no one opposed. Motion carries 3-0. Moving on to public hearing for the 2021-2022 Personnel Commission budget. So, Juris, I need to open this up for a public hearing, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, can I get a motion in a second to open it up for a public hearing?
I move the Personnel Commission open a public hearing to discuss the adoption of the 2021 Personnel Commission budget.
Second.
It's been moved and approved. I mean, it's been moved and seconded. So sorry.
It's the last page. It's the very last page.
Right.
Yes, yes, yes. I see it. I see it. So for the 2021 actual or estimated,
Yes.
it looks like there's a huge difference from that to the
Mhm.
2021-22 budget.
Yes. So what happened there is after consulting with LACO, so I was working with the Director of Fiscal Services to actually get our actuals and estimated. So the budget for next year will not include the I'm going to say Assistant Superintendent of Personnel salary. So this is just 50% of the Personnel Director's salary. So you're going to see a huge,
Just what applies to classified.
correct, yes.
Okay, perfect.
So that's what we're going to try to
Okay,
correct
okay.
now that, because the Assistant Superintendent would oversee both certificate and classified. So
Right.
50% of Personnel Director would just now be on our Personnel Commission budget. And so, yeah.
We also
Right.
split the benefits with them for you, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And then you're going to see a little bit higher secretaries and clerk salaries because we've added ISEC on.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh,
Budgeted
okay.
for the following year.
Right.
Mhm.
It still is not as large as the 2019-20. That one was almost
Correct.
300,000.
Mhm.
Yes. And then another thing that you're going to notice on here are operating expenses. Because of the pandemic of the 2020-21, we did not send our members to the conferences. We didn't go
Right.
to any trainings and all that. So what I've asked for is to increase the operating expenses because this coming year will be trainings for our personnel staff. So it's included on there. Mhm.
Okay.
And also the possible conferences, because now I think they're planning to hold it in
We're talking
person.
about Monterey, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yes, so
Okay.
Yeah. And look, other than that, that looks good.
All right. Is there anything else, ladies?
No, I think it looks fine. I went over and it looked good.
Right.
All in favor, say aye of approving.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Then motion is carried 3-0.
So we need to close the public hearing now?
so we're going to close the public
Okay.
hearing.
We've opened the public hearing. Now we need to close the public hearing and then we need to vote on the
Mhm.
budget.
Mhm.
Okay. I move that we close the public hearing concerning the adoption of the 2021 Personnel Commission budget.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on closing the public hearing?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. I now move that we adopt the Personnel Commission budget for the 2021 year,
For the 21-22 year.
21-22 year, I'm sorry.
Okay. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the 2021-22 Personnel Commission budget.
Okay. All right.
Ladies, did I get an aye? All in favor?
Aye.
You keep going in and out, so you didn't come through.
Okay. So motion has been carried. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Motion has been carried. Vote has been 3-0. And great. Any report from the director?
Yes. I would like to formally welcome Mr. Isaac Salazar to Personnel Department. He is our personnel technician and he will be handling the classified desk. So yes, and I know Isaac did prepare something to say. So Isaac, you have the floor.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you all for welcoming me here. So far, these past couple of weeks have been really great. I've gotten to meet a lot of people, and I haven't been disappointed yet. So thank you for that. And so now what I'll do is I will go ahead and report on the classified recruitment on the current updates. So currently we are flying 2 positions on EdJoin. That's going to be the library media assistant for Longden and also the childcare instructor position for Cloverly ELP. And both of those will be closing on April 23rd, so just in a few days. And they're both being flown as open promotional.
So
Other than,
no outside applicants?
so far, there have been applicants. Open promotional, it's open to
Inside,
both
yeah.
in-house and outside.
In-house.
Okay, great.
Yes. And then aside from that, we are currently in the screening process for 2 positions. As mentioned before, the utility worker one, there are actually 5 vacancies, and we're currently in the process of checking references for those 5.
Okay.
And another one is for the ELD coordinator, and that's at Longden. We just had our oral exams, and we have interviews scheduled in the near future. And that's all that's going on in the classified recruitment section.
Excellent.
Thank you, Isaac.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. Okay, and to add to that, so we have been very busy filling vacancies, and at the same time, we're also going through some audits, and we're very busy making sure we're staffed for the return of our in-person sessions. So yeah, it's just a very busy office, and so much going on. I know eventually I'm going to give you an update on the classification study. Still working on that. I know we've already been in communication with CPS. On the next one is I'll give more update. I wanted to give you an update on Helios. I know you've heard about Helios a while back, and it's the system that we purchased so we can move from paper to electronic. It's everything HR. And I think we're getting close to setting it up. We've been setting it up for almost a year now, and we're getting really close. And that's gonna help us speed up the processes here in HR. Yeah, so that would be my report. And Miss Hannah.
And other than that, we are looking, and I don't know if you guys were able to join the parent webinar that was last Thursday, I think. We're just talking about summer and what the plans are for expanded learning. So just taking this school year and just expanding it through part of the summer to help mitigate learning loss. That will open up positions for our classified staff. So we're excited to be able to fly some summer opportunities that haven't necessarily been available over the last couple of summers. And then just looking into next year, we are, you never want to say it out loud because you don't want to jinx it, but we are hoping to be in person. We are still planning to offer some sort of virtual academy for those families that are just not feeling comfortable and safe yet because students maybe have not been vaccinated. Based on our survey data so far, about 80% of our families do want to come back in the fall for in-person learning. And so 20% are still either pondering it or have decided I'm absolutely not coming back until perhaps after the first semester. So that gives us some good information to get us planning for staffing and all of those fun things. So that's what we've been looking at as well, just moving into the summer and fall.
Hannah, are you looking into starting like 5 days a week? I mean, the normal schedule or the schedule before pandemic?
Starting in the fall, absolutely. We hope that the fall will be like there's been no pandemic. But again, every time it comes out of my mouth, I want to just stop because I feel like
I know. I hear you.
And you don't want to have to eat your words again. But our hope is very much to be able to do that, hoping that, the surge doesn't come and we stay low on our case numbers and we continue to mitigate any concerns that we have on campuses. We've been really lucky. Everybody's really following those safety protocols. So we're feeling like we can still continue that for the fall. We do anticipate there'll still be some social distance guidelines as well as mask wearing through the fall as well.
Okay.
Yeah, LA County has been doing really well. Their cases have been really,
I know.
crossed. Do we have knowledge of the teachers that will be teaching for the summer program?
We're
Like, do
still
you
working on
have-
that right now, actually today. So we're trying to gather that information to see which teachers are interested. Is, it's a very different situation than current school year. So we have to see who is willing and able to help us out during the summer, because we do have a huge request. Our families do want some sort of summer possibility. We also have our Temple City Schools Foundation, and they are offering several classes that I think our families might be interested in as well, for enrichment, some original credit classes for some of our high school students in history. And those are, I think, mostly going to be distance learning still for them. And then they're hoping, crossing fingers, that they'll be able to offer some sort of in-person music. But again, those requirements have not been lifted by DPH. So we are waiting to see with wind instruments and singing how those things can be allowed, under what parameters. So hopefully that will make that more accessible for everyone.
So the TCUSD summer courses, are they just basically going to be like math and English, just your regular academic courses, not any of the enrichment classes, right?
Correct. It will not be enrichment. So it's all, the funding is all based on learning loss mitigation. And so we're looking to mitigate for reading and math foundational skills for our younger students. And then as we get to Oak, really we're still sort of open to more than just English and math if there's a need. But for sure, that algebra readiness and the literacy and the higher level thinking with our ELA skills. So we really want to reach those students there. But then in addition to that, we're going to add that social emotional learning. And, it's really interesting. It was sort of a controversial point with a lot of parents that, they need academics, but really the numbers are telling us that many families truly support the concept of the social emotional learning, because I think they're seeing that their students really need to feel welcome. They need to feel safe. They need to feel comfortable again in being around people and being in a classroom. So we'll incorporate that also into our learning loss mitigation classes, but then looking to transitional kiddos like our TKK and 1, bringing them maybe a week before school starts in August for sort of, a fun boot camp of like, this is what it's like to be on campus, and where do you put your lunch bag, and how do you follow directions, and those fun things. And then do it also for our 7th and 8th graders, because as we look at Oak, even our 8th graders next year, they really haven't been on campus much. So giving them that transitional time, and then our 9th and 10th graders at high school as well.
That'll be great. I just wanted to thank the district, Hannah, you, Dr. Fricker, have done an amazing job. The town hall was incredible. It was very informative, very educational, very helpful. And I think a lot of the families really appreciated that.
Great.
I've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of the families that I know. So
that is wonderful.
Thank you so much for that.
No problem.
Ladies, did you have any other matters from the commission? No, Anne?
No.
Gina?
No.
No, I do not.
I just also wanted to comment really quick. I chimed in a little while on the parent meet that you had, and I was just like in awe seeing how many parents did ask questions and how well your responses were to them. I tell you, if I were, I mean, I am a parent, but I'm an alumni parent of the district, and I would be so comfortable as a parent having my child come back, because all of you, the administration, shared such great information that would make me feel comfortable to have my child return. So compliments to you.
Thank you. And to our staff, our staff's worked really hard. And I think everyone is settling in and feeling a little more comfortable every day. So it's been a great transition, this in-person session, then expanding during the summer. And I really hope by fall, we can really feel that comfort again of our open campuses.
I have 2 children who teach one in Ohio and one in Alaska, one junior high and one high school. The transparency that we're showing here in Temple City and the gradual restart is so much preferred to the fact that in those 2 states, they've just gone back to school, just like there's no pandemic. However, Joe said his 4th day back at school, the guy next to him in the next classroom over was called and had to leave school because his kid came down with COVID. Right. So he's out now for 2 weeks. So this gradual start is by far to be preferred.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know we had some families that were struggling with it, but EOP, oh my goodness, to shout out to Mickey Wong and Cindy Ayala, who really organized the EOP structure. So for our working families who really want to do the in-person, but it's hard to come in the middle of the day for that 2-hour block, they're able to drop their students off in the morning. They can do their distance learning right there with an adult supervision, and then we get them lunch, and then they go right over to their in-person. So they are spending a full day on campus in different settings. But it's worked really, really well. And they've done such a great job with all of their staff, just keeping everybody safe. And they're very serious about following all of those guidelines.
Excellent.
Isaac, I just wanted to let you know that you're surrounded by incredibly talented women. So, yeah, the bar is really high.
I noticed that from the first day.
Okay. This district has really high standards, and it's run really well. Yeah. So
we're very
thankful and grateful for that.
Yes. Yeah.
And Lily, next time I suggest we have a meeting in your seminar conference room back there. I like it with a view.
Yes, next time.
Yes.
I think we do.
Oh, so
I'm sorry, Juris?
Just quick question. And were you able to log in?
I was able to watch the show, the thing on Saturday, but I never was able to pick up I never was able to find the one
The
that
other
we.
one? Okay.
And I wrote to him, and interestingly enough, when I have written to him before, he's gotten right back to me. I wrote him quite a long email the day after we talked, when I tried to get in and never could get in for the makeup. And I told him that I really was concerned because I felt that all the sessions should be available to all of the participants for the entire thing.
Yes.
After it was presented, then it should be up for everybody.
Right.
Because people, even when you're watching it at home, there may have to be a reason why you have to leave the screen for a period of time, or you want to go back and rewatch something. We've all paid for this class.
Yes,
I don't think anybody's going to steal this class. So I think it should continue to be available. He never answered me, and I see from the email streams that I'm not the only person that's been unable to get these missed classes. So I don't know whether they'll improve that or not. I hope so. He can get a hold of me as easily as he wants to. I can get the classes that are presented. Whatever is happening with that makeup class, why it is so obscure, I do not know. But obviously, I'm not the only person having problems.
You're not. Yes, I totally understand, because I have tried to. It's the Merit Academy that we're talking about. We're doing it.
Sorry, yeah, the Merit Academy. And I
was trying to watch it too. I get sidetracked, so I couldn't watch it while doing work, and so just like you, I have to go back and play it. Okay, I'm glad you reached out to him, and I will let him know as well. So
well, it's just ridiculous for them to make it so hard for us to get the makeup. That doesn't make any sense at all. As I say, everybody's paid for it.
Yeah,
it's not like.
And were you able to take the first class?
Yeah, I took the.
Okay.
They had an introductory session. They had the first session. The second session, I was at the airport picking Elizabeth up, so I was not home to watch the second session.
Okay.
Which is why I missed that one on the Brown Act. I was here Saturday and I watched the third session, and I will be able to watch. I think I'll be able to watch all the rest of them. The kids are coming down from Alaska on the day of one of the Thursday sessions. Hopefully I can watch the session before they get here. I don't know how that's going to work out, but it shouldn't be this hard to do the makeup.
The sessions aren't on Saturday?
They're on Thursdays and Saturdays, not all of them. Saturday morning, Thursday afternoon.
Oh.
Every other session. So it just shouldn't be that difficult for us to do the makeup. We should be able to do the makeup any time of day, any day of the week. Once it's been given, it should be available. It's really.
Especially if there's a recording of it.
Yeah, well, it is. It's all recorded. It's ridiculous. So I don't know why they're making it so complicated.
I believe we need to go into closed session, right, ladies?
Yes.
Okay.
So can I get a motion to?
I move we go into
adjourn to closed session.
Go into closed session.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, and the vote is going to be 3-0. Andy, do we just leave this, right?
Yes. Who else needs to go in closed session despite the three of them?
Just send us into a breakout room, I think. Juris
Yeah.
and me, and then our board.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
Bye, girls.
Hi, Lily.
Enjoy your view.
I will.
I know.
Hi, Maria. Did you see the prompt to go? There you go.
Andy, can you pull Ann back? I don't think she has the updated version. It didn't let her leave the room.
Yeah, I just closed it.
Perfect. Thank you.
She'll be out in just a minute.
Are we all back?
It just didn't
Yeah,
pop
Anne's
up.
back. Yeah,
I'm
she's
back. It
So
just
we'll
did not pop up.
We'll reconvene to open session, and there was no action taken in closed session. And we are ready to adjourn, I believe. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you, Juris. Thank you,
Thank
Hannah.
you.
Thank you, everybody.
you all.
Everyone, have a good night.
Yes.
Have a
See
good
you later.
evening.
Bye-bye.
See you next
Stay
month.
safe.
Bye, everybody.